Hello, people. Let's just wait for a few more seconds so that more people can join in. Hi, Shubham. Hi, Gopika. Hi, Harshika. How are you? Hello. Hi, Madhulika. Hello, people. Welcome to the Pop Suite, and this is Jayanti. Well, I hope you all are doing good at home. And today we are going live with someone really special, as always. But today's guest would be, I would say, he's very, very special. And why, I'll tell you, because we are going live with an Indian chef, food creator, restaurant consultant, and a media personality. He was one of the first Indian chef who hosted Masterchef season 1 and 2. And this is not it. This is actually not it. He has also helped to change the way people perceive about cooking as profession in our country. Well, yes, it's going to be very interesting session, not to miss, especially our last segment. And guys, please feel free to ask whatever you want to ask. And yes, we are going live with Chef Ajay Chopra, and there will be a lot many things to discuss it over. So just write it down, all your questions on our comment section, and definitely we are going to answer that. And I believe he's already here, and let me just add him. Hi, Likhit. Hi, Chef. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, and great to see you finally.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. So, well, I believe, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for taking our time and being a part of our a quick chat. I'm very excited, and so are my audience. And we got so many questions to ask you, and related to this industry, related to some tips, related to a lot many things, which I'm going to ask you in this short chat. So before going ahead, we all know that you're a chef. We all know that you're a media personality. We all know that you have changed the perception of cooking in the industry after, hosting Masterchef India season 1 and 2. But before going ahead, I really want to know that who is Ajay as a person?
Well, thank you so much for actually starting, the live with that question because
Thank you.
Ajay is a small town boy whose parents are in Faridabad and who's grown up in various places of the country, including Alwar, Sonipat. So I can speak a bit of Marwadi as well. I can speak very good Haryanvi as well. I can speak a bit of Punjabi and English. I'm speaking, and Hindi I'm very well versed with because I was born in Lucknow. So apart from the language preferences, I think food is something that is definitely something that I love to explore around the country. And apart from that, Ajay is a born again believer of Jesus Christ, and I gave my life to Jesus some 24 years back, and now I follow him. So this is who Ajay Chopra is.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Wow. All right. So, Ajay, chef, I would say chef. You always wanted to become a chef. How did your journey started,
Well,
basically?
to be honest, I did not know that I had to become a chef. I was passing out when I'm at 12 in 1994, and at that point in time in India, the only few options that parents looked out for their children was that either you become a doctor or an engineer or an LLB.
Right.
So I could not stagnate myself with books. That was something about me that I just couldn't sit for long hours and study.
Right.
But since my age 9, I had started to cook in some form or the other. My first cup of tea was at the age of 9. And then when I was 11, I was cutting and chopping stuff with my mother in the kitchen. I remember when I was in my class ninth, my mother used to be out most of the times because she was a teacher and she would come back home late. And, my brothers would be almost um, very hungry after school. And, they would all look at me because I was the one who would help mummy in the kitchen, and they would look at me, yeah, khana garam karega kya? So that's how I think the journey really started. And once that journey started, I was giving my entrance exam for medical and for engineering, but nothing happened, nothing came my way. I happened to see a program about hospitality during that time, and realized that somebody could actually make a career in hospitality as well. And that's where I kind of pursued to understand more about hotel management, and I finally reached IHM Goa in 1995. But as soon as I reached IHM Goa, I think in a few months, I was 100% sure that I was to be a chef. Because, out of the four regimes that you have to choose from, I was very clear that kitchen was my calling.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's great. So I believe उस time पे ऐसा था कि that industry was not so popular, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
you must have a lot of challenges in your initial time. तो वो आपके challenges क्या रहे होंगे उस time पे? We really want to know that.
So I think, when I look at from now till then, that is where you can possibly see so many challenges. But at that point of time, every day was a new challenge. So my first job was in Cecil Shimla. And when I reached there, I asked them, where is the accommodation, staff accommodation? So somebody took me to the window of the kitchen and he showed me, वो तीन पहाड़ी नीचे जो घर दिख रहा है ना, that is a staff accommodation. I said, okay, then how would one come to work? He said, party chad ke. So I mean, right from that challenge to a challenge which would happen in the kitchen where you possibly did not know everything, you were always, looked down upon. There was no open sharing of knowledge. Everybody would run around, in a very snooty manner that, oh, I know this and I know this, and I'm not going to teach you. You learn the hard way. I don't think that happens today. Everything is so open today. Today, I'm sharing my journey on an Instagram live, but we didn't have any models like that to look for and to learn from. So I think our challenges were very different than the challenges that the generation today lives by. So our challenges were that hard work cannot be substituted. Our challenges were that our information was not enough that we had, and we had a very few options. Oberoi, Taj, ITC, that's it. That was really it.
Right. So as you mentioned that, there is a huge difference between then and now. So if you would have started your career right now, what would you have done it differently?
Oh my God, what a question. I can't even, I think I'll already write a book of the things that I could do differently now. Because, when you are learning, you are in full steam and you are, running behind things with a much greater zeal. And I think, the whole learning bit was so, so it is so interesting now that you can watch a video and learn something. You can watch somebody's live, somebody talking, somebody sharing. You can learn something. You have all the books on the internet, so you don't really have to buy. You don't have to wait for your next salary to come to actually read the newest, latest colory book. Right. So I think for me, I would have done everything possible, to gather knowledge in today's day and age of what I could not at that point in time.
Right. So you were a part of one of the top cooking show. I would say one of the biggest show, right? Masterchef.
Yeah.
Season.
Before you get to the next question, I'm just feeling this in my heart. There's so many people here who are saying hello, chef, hello. So एक बार सबके लिए बोल देता हूँ मैं. Hi everyone, good evening. Good to see all of you here. I don't know if I can take everybody's name personally, but good to see all of you here. Good evening once again.
But guys, definitely we'll be taking your questions. So I request you all to please write down your questions, whatever you want to ask him. And he will definitely going to ask that for sure. So yes, to continue with, you were a part of one of the biggest cooking show, right? MasterChef. And what changes you have seen in your life after that show? I'm sure कुछ ना कुछ changes जरूर रहे होंगे, like because there is a difference between a television chef and a normal chef, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
so
I'm,
you
I'm
have
so tempted to already speak. I'm sorry. um, yeah, I think there's a plethora of changes that we went through. Um, because for the first time when we came on, the set of MasterChef, we were told one thing. It was a very expensive set. It was a huge, magnanimous set, and they said that this is for you. This is made for you, and just that feeling was so overwhelming that suddenly your life has changed. Your life from serving and giving something to someone is now becoming a life where you're going to receive something. So whether it's recognition or it's fame or it's maybe money, maybe opportunities, everything will change. And I think just that fact was so overwhelming at that point in time, because for us in a hotel shift, it was day in, day out of hard work. It was just go to work. It was clockwork. It was like the army. So you have to go, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, and then you do this and do this. So it's like a full day plan, and you keep doing the same things almost every day. But here, you are faced with the camera, which was definitely not very exciting in the first go. It was very intimidating, but at the same point of time, there was a huge amount of learning that happened with us. Um, how to actually portray your thoughts. I learned a very beautiful thing that today, if I am speaking, and there are people here, it is my responsibility that whatever is coming out of my mouth must go in, not just here to people, but here, like right inside. So it's the clarity of my voice, it's the way I speak, it's the way I think, I communicate, must take everything there. So लोगों को मतलब सिर्फ बोलना अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन बोलना ऐसा होना चाहिए कि वो लोगों के दिल में घर कर जाए. It makes a deep impact in them. So that is the skill that I learned. The second thing I learned was as a chef, मुझे लगता था कि हम शेफ्स हैं, सारी किचन की जागीर हमारे बाप की है और हमने ही सब कुछ सीखा है और हमसे ज्यादा कोई जानता नहीं. But here we were faced with 100 home chefs, who knew a lot of good cooking, because whenever we were putting the spoons in our mouth, I was like, wow, this is good food. And that told us कि इंडिया में इतना टैलेंट भरा हुआ है, कूट कूट के भरा हुआ है, that it is just about time that you start, going around and finding great talent. And I think MasterChef India was the beginning. वो एक शुरुआत थी एक ऐसे रेवोल्यूशन की, एक ऐसे फूड रेवोल्यूशन की इस देश में, क्योंकि 2010 से पहले इंस्टाग्राम पे, फेसबुक पे, ऑल द शॉर्ट प्लेटफॉर्म्स, आई एम ऑन रोपोसो, सो उससे पहले एमओजे या फिर even TikTok, all these places have got food videos, and सब लोग डालते हैं, सब लोग फूड वीडियोस बनाते हैं, सब लोग डालते हैं. बट पहले ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं. लोग खाना खाते थे, खाने को एंजॉय करते थे, कभी कभार रेस्टोरेंट जाते थे, दैट वाज फूड. बट अभी खाने का पर्सपेक्टिव चेंज हो गया है. अभी आप क्या खा रहे हैं, आप कब खा रहे हैं, आप कहाँ खा रहे हैं, आप क्यों खा रहे हैं, ये सारी चीज जो है वो आपको दिखानी लोगों को जरूरी हो गई है, बिकॉज दैट इज हाउ यूर इंटरेक्टिंग विद पीपल. सो आई थिंक अ लॉट of learnings came our way when we were at the sets of MasterChef India.
yes, absolutely. As in, I believe like a lot many people were sitting at home and they are also thinking that yes, मैं इसमें अपना career बना सकता हूँ.
Correct. That is another thing that has happened. Yes, yes.
Right. I completely agree with that. So, Chef, I want to know that, nowadays, like there are so many home chefs coming up, every day, like घर पे है कहीं ना कहीं, there are so many influencers coming up, right? So do you have this feeling? I'm sure you are a veteran now, right? You have reached at one point of time where it doesn't bother कि कौन आ रहा है कौन जा रहा है. You have made up your position, but
Are you
still
saying
at this,
because of this? Are you saying because of this?
I'm saying because I'm a huge fan of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because seen your I've seen your dishes. They're so simple, they're so easy to make it, and I really appreciate that. And yes, I'm season 1 and 2 Masterchef is would be always close to our heart, because that was a season which we started loving cooking, start loving how to cook, and that has given a meaning to a cooking industry, food industry, basically. So I want to know that now you are in a position, right? It's more than 2 decades you're into this industry, but still, do you have this thinking कि इतने सारे लोग आ रहे हैं now, like do you have some fear or some thinking that okay, now what's happening, or there's so many people coming up in this industry, so what's going to happen?
I draw a lot of inspiration from Chef Sanjeev Kapoor because, to be honest, he was the man who we could look out for because he had spent about 14 years as a chef on television and he knew this industry in and out. And I think after him and a few other chefs, we were the only chefs who were on television, for a national television show. So drawing a lot of inspiration from him, he keeps saying one thing: the more the merrier. The more people come out and showcase their skill and talent, uh, is merrier because ultimately the whole industry is going up. Ultimately, the whole food platform is going up. Ultimately, the whole recognition of food and food creators is going up. Now, like you have very humbly, recognized that we've spent the years in the industry. I think all of us have to do that. Like I am now recognizing Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. He's 14, 15 years senior to us. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He is the man. Now, similarly, if there is some junior of mine who wants to think कि यार मैं तो इनसे अच्छा हूँ, so yeah, please go ahead and think about that. But I can't change your mentality. But at the same point of time, I think when each other, love and respect, the more you give, the more you get, is what I firmly believe. So here is an opportunity to actually take the industry on a higher scale. So yes, please, join the force, join the army. All you food creators, keep coming, but just give each other their space. That's all.
That's why I said this is another reason why you have reached your position, because of this. Right, right. Thank you so much. And another one, we really want to know that nowadays, what are you doing? What are you busy with?
Well, the pandemic has been, revolutionary in a sense, because a lot of people saw negatives in that, and both me and Amrita, my wife, started to see a lot of positives in that. Positives means that when you are hit with a roadblock, there are two reactions that one can give. One is go down and sulk and just don't get up and be lazy or just go down in your sorrow. But the other one is to rise up and fight that, right? And I think this is what happened to us because till 2019, our core business was restaurant consulting. In about 3 years, we had opened 30 units as Zion Hospitality Private Limited. I was traveling around so much that I, did not know, what is there and what is not there. Like really, literally, I was traveling 3 or 4 days a week. But then suddenly, we are halted, and that made us to think what we can do. And then we realized that there is YouTube where a lot of recipe videos are available. There is Instagram where there are a lot of recipe IGTV videos are available, a lot of great pictures available, a lot of thoughts available. And then there is the web, which is full of knowledge everywhere. But over the web, there is no place which consolidates knowledge at one place. So, for example, if I'm just going to take a random name here, somebody is saying मेरा नाम लीजिए please, so मैं उनका ही नाम ले लेता हूँ. कहाँ चले गए वो? चलो कोई नहीं. अपर्णा Aparnata Maya
Krishna.
Shekhar.
You
Krishna
can
Kohli.
take Krishna.
Okay. Krishna
Right.
Kohli. I'll just take one name, Krishna Kohli. Now, Krishna Kohli is somebody who does not know how to cook. Doesn't even know how to chop an onion. Now,
Hmm.
she's in this lockdown suffering that what do I do? Do I keep ordering Zomato and Swiggy? Do I keep making Maggie or just bread omelette or bread anda? Or what do I do? I don't know anything how to cook. Where do I go? So then she goes to one day on how to chop an onion. One video she sees on YouTube. Then she goes somewhere else and watches how to make dal. And then third day she's just given it up because there's no structured learning mechanism. In schools from primary class, we've been taught one thing, that learning has to be in building blocks. You have to build blocks, and that's how learning happens. So we came
Right.
up with Cook Academy, which is an online portal. It's an app which can be downloaded on Play Store. Uh, um, just type Cook Academy and Play Store will come. But on the iOS, it is My Institute app with a organization code of YXWKV. This detail is there on my Instagram bio in my link tree, so you can find that. Go to My Institute app, put the ORG code, and you will be in Cook Academy. So there we have actually bifurcated your learning in basic, advanced, and intermediate. And in basic, I've really named it as Ka Kha Ga of cooking.
Oh wow. Wow.
So there
Yeah.
are 14 sessions for a non-vegetarian and 12 for a vegetarian. And in those 12, if let's say you're a vegetarian, you don't know how to cook at all, it's my guarantee that after watching these 12 classes and going inside the kitchen and trying your hands, 15 to 16 days, you will be able to make those dishes yourself. And this is pudding, which is proved by many people before we actually launched it out, including my editor. He could not boil water when he came to us. And today he fries puris as if he's a chef. So,
Wow.
there is a proof of pudding that anybody who does not know how to cook can enroll to Cook Academy and, become someone who can save his life to cook. Then there is intermediate, then there is advanced. So, you can actually choose your courses, what you want, and then, enroll yourself. For all the large course formats, which are the 8 classes and above, you will get a personally signed apron from me, and also, a physical certificate from me. The others will get a signed e-certificate once they tell us that they've finished. We will send them an e-certification from it. So this is what I'm busy with right now, Cook Academy.
Cook at time. All right. So whoever would be interested, I'm sure there will be like so many people जिनको सीखने की बहुत ज़रूरत है and they want to learn from the scratch and they want to learn exactly in a very standardized manner. Then Cook Academy is the one you should go for. And all the details, we'll do one thing. We'll put it on our story. Swipe up. We'll give you the link, and all the details will be already there on Chef's handle, so you can just go and check it out, guys. And now I want to know one last thing, that would be like, chef, we all have learned some or the other lesson in our life, right? So I'm sure you must have learned it too. Like, no, I'm sure a lot, but only one lesson which you would love to share with us here right now. What it would be?
Rightly said, many lessons learned. But one lesson that I would like to share with everyone is, when we start growing up, when we start seeing success in our lives, the very aspect of our own being starts to change. We start to become someone else who we are not. And I think that is where the growth starts to become the downfall of that person. You might grow very fast, but you will not grow very deep. And if you have to grow very deep, you have to have roots. And for the roots, you need to have be connected to the ground. हिंदी में भी बोलूंगा मैं इस बात को कि अगर आपको ऊंचाइयां देखनी है, कोई भी ऊंची इमारत के नीचे एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग फाउंडेशन होती है, एक बहुत डीप फाउंडेशन होती है. कोई भी बड़ा पेड़ जो ऊंचा होता है, उसकी रूट्स नीचे तक होती हैं. तो अगर आप ऊंचा बनना चाहते हैं तो आप ऊंचे मत बनिए, अपनी रूट्स को नीचे करिए, यानी कि become humble, ground yourself, be connected to the ground, don't fly. God is kind, that we all have food on our table, but then it is our responsibility कि हम लोग जो जिन लोगों को खाना नहीं मिल रहा उनको खाना दें, जिनके पास चीजें नहीं है उनको चीजें दें. तो this is how you become grounded in life, and I think that is one lesson. If everybody learns, then इस दुनिया में लड़ाई होगी नहीं, इस दुनिया में स्ट्राइफ पैदा ही नहीं होगी, इस दुनिया में लोग एक दूसरे से जलेंगे ही नहीं, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि उनकी रूट्स क्या है.
Right, right. It's a very deep message. Thank you so much for such a beautiful message. And kitni simply up. Thank you so much. So let's move to our last segment, and it's a little surprise for you. Okay, it's a rapid questions we're going to ask you. So, audience, please, I need your help. आपको कोई भी एक वर्ड लिखना है. The name of this game would be popping words. What pops in your mind when you hear that particular word? For example, pink bottle, or pink flower, or blue sky, or anything, whatever pops in your mind. All right. Okay. So all our audience, please send me your words which you want to ask from the chef. Feel free to write whatever you want to write it. Okay. So are you ready, chef?
I am, yes.
Okay. All right. So let's start with the Masterchef.
I have to answer, right?
Yes, you have to answer only one word. What's coming in your mind?
Amazing dishes.
Okay. Kitchen.
Nice.
All right. Neetu is saying sky. Okay.
Aeroplane.
All right. Tech Sports is asking rainbow.
End of pandemic.
All right. Another one. Khana.
Khazana.
All right. Your favorite cuisine.
I would love to say it, but Chinese.
Chinese. All right. Okay. All right. And another one. Cooking.
Beautiful.
Passion.
Hard work.
Books.
Culinary.
Okay. Another one is chart. Wow.
Aloo tikki.
All right. Nowadays, it's very, very, very popular. Hassan Khan is saying organic.
Views.
Okay. Very nice, huh? Smart. All right. Okay. Another one. Lockdown.
बहुत सारा खाना.
Life.
Beautiful again.
Treasure.
Family.
Herbs.
Coriander.
Okay. All right. Chef Ajay Chopra.
Good guy.
Very nice, huh? All right. Okay. Last but not the least, any tips you want to give it to all our budding cooks or chefs at home, home chefs, home bakers, anyone? Any tips?
Yeah, so I think you've taken like 5-6 categories, and I would like to address each one of them. Some people are still writing inspire, and somebody is writing love. So this is a message which can actually go around to all you budding chefs, people who want to, make a career. So first of all, Harinder has written, chef, no jobs. Okay, Harinder, don't worry. Okay, I know it's easier said than done. मुश्किल है, डिफिकल्ट है, समय डिफिकल्ट है, सबके लिए डिफिकल्ट है. आपके लिए अकेले के लिए नहीं, सबके लिए डिफिकल्ट है. जस्ट होल्ड ऑन, थोड़े दिन और सब कुछ खुलेगा. रेस्टोरेंट्स विल कम बैक विद अ वेंजेंस. जॉब्स आएंगी, सबको काम मिलेगा. सो डोंट वरी, जस्ट प्रे एंड आस्क गॉड दैट दिस विल एंड सून. But to all the budding chefs, my only one thing to say is that keep inspiring yourself every day, because that keeps you at the edge. आप हर दिन अपने आप से पूछिए कि मैंने आज नया क्या सीखा, मैं किस चीज से इंस्पायर हुआ, क्या चीज ऐसी थी जिसने मुझे नयापन दिया. If the answer is yes and you found something new, that is where you know that you will keep growing much higher. But अगर वो उसका आंसर नो है तो प्लीज सोने मत जाओ, एक नई चीज रोज सीखो. 365 दिन में 365 नई चीजें आप सीख सकते हो. You can actually learn 365 new things in 1 year's time. Guess what? 365 सुनने में छोटा लग रहा होगा, बट अगर आपको नई 365 नई स्किल्स आ जाती हैं, whether it is sending an email, it is as simple as that, or coming live with someone, or even chopping an onion, it is a skill. So if you've learned a new skill each day, pat your back, go to sleep, learn a new skill every day.
Thank you so much. I guess it's for everyone out there. Right. One last question I want to ask you as a personal question. When I can see you again on MasterChef, because we really miss you.
Well, I honestly don't know the answer to that, but I wish I could answer that. See, MasterChef is a television program, and television programs are driven by many creative thinkers who come together, and they have their own reasons to change the judges or have certain people on the show. Well, if you all want to see, then please write to Star Plus that the next season we want to see Chef Ajay as the MasterChef judge. Maybe they consider. Maybe they consider.
For sure, for sure. We really, really want to see you again. And you being a wonderful, wonderful judge and a wonderful person. Thank you so much for being a part of this chat.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this wonderful chat with Chef Ajay. And don't worry if you have missed out some part or something in today's chat. Don't worry about it. We are already, we will be uploading it on our IGTV, so you can just check it over there. And this is not it, guys. Another next Saturday again, we are coming live at 5 p.m. sharp with someone again very, very inspiring. So who will be coming next? For that, you have to check it out, our page, and check out the Pop Street. Follow our page. You'll get all the details. Till then, thank you so much. Take care. Follow the Pop Street, and we will be sharing the link of the app. And with all the details, you can always get it from Chef Ajay's handle. But still, we will be attaching it on our stories. So just check it out, our stories, and stay tuned. See you on Saturday, 5 p.m. sharp. Jai Hind. Take care. Bye.